Hi everybody, it's Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a great day. I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell so that you get all the notifications. Please comment and like also. Today I'm in a collaboration called What Would You Make with hosts Rustic and Lace DIY, DIY Craftaholic, and guest host Country Lily DIY Decor. What we're going to do today is this fun little sheep decor piece. It can be used as a door hanger, it can be used just as a fun little decor piece to have on your table. I'm going to use this MDF board, it's 12 by 12. We're going to cover it in white chalked paint by Rust-Oleum. I love this kind of paint. You can buy it in the quart size. I put it in the FIFO bottles. Makes it easy to pour so you're not opening a lid every time. So here we are, just spreading it all out. Once we get all the white paint spread out, we are going to dry it a little bit. Now I'm going to take this packing paper. It's a very, very thin paper, almost like newspaper paper. I'm going to believe that it probably is an end roll from a print company that still does newspaper type things. But here we are wadding it up 2 times to make it all nice and wrinkly. I absolutely love the wrinkled look. That's something that I like to do. If you don't like wrinkles and stuff like that, decoupage, use the iron, use the saran wrap method, all the other fun methods. But the wrinkles don't bother me, and I enjoy having my picture have that extra texture. So I just ripped up some paint pieces. Now I'm going to use the Liquitex matte medium to put it on with. I like this medium because it's nice and thin. It's excellent for napkins, real thin papers, and things like that. It's what I like to use. We're just going to put these on here randomly. Again, wrinkles don't bother me, so I'm really loving how this is looking with all the fun crinkles and stuff like that. Now I don't have to do the whole board because our sheep will cover a good portion of it. Right here's where I'm just seeing elsewhere that I need to put some papers and stuff. So we need a little piece here and maybe a little piece up in the corner just to make sure that everything's covered and all that. Then we need to get that good and dry. Once we get that good and dry, I'm just going to sand off the edges right here just to get that excess paper off. Now let's get started on putting some color on our background. I love this turquoise color. I think it'll be really pretty and bright to go along with our sheep. I just took a chippy brush and I'm kind of dry brushing it over the paper, but I'm also doing it kind of thick. So that's what we're going to do here. And then I'm going to add some white on top of it just to tone it down just a little bit and just to add just a little bit more dimension to our project. I love how this is coming out. I like these 2 colors together, this white with this turquoise. It just kind of makes me smile. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this stencil from Essential Stencil. I am an ambassador for Essential Stencil. If you use the code FUNKYJUNK at checkout, you will save an additional 10% off your orders from there. But this is just a daisy background stencil. We're going to do yellow. Now yellow isn't going to show up real bright on this lighter color, but I just want a hint of the daisies in the background and just a hint of the yellow color. I'm going to put the paint on my brush and then I'm going to offload that. I do not want a lot of paint on my brush. I want it very dry when you're stenciling. The key to stenciling is a flat surface, which ours is not flat because of the wrinkles. But that and less is best with your paint. You can always add a second coat, a third coat, or whatever, but you want to go in with the least amount of paint as possible. That will cause, that will help you if you're having trouble with bleed through. So I'm just going to go along here. Now this stencil is a continuing stencil, so I can reline it up from one side to the other and from the top to bottom, and the flowers will line up perfectly. So see how you can barely see those on there? Well, that's exactly the look that I was going for. Here's where I'm lining up that stencil, and I can just take off from there, and you'll never notice the difference from where I started and I stopped. Okay, and then I'm going to do it once again at the bottom. I kind of decided that I wanted full daisies down here, so I just picked a little bit different spot just to do it, to have a full daisy row there. But I like how the faint yellow daisies show up in the background. So now we're going to take our wood piece back. I'd like to take my wood pieces and put them on a piece of tape. That helps hold them in place when you're trying to paint and things. That way you don't end up with quite so much paint on your fingers and stuff when you're doing that. Now this piece here is basically the back of the body of the sheep, and here's his little poof. We're going to do those white. We're going to do his face and his ears a light pink. I went ahead and did his eyes because they were white, and I went ahead and pulled out yellow for the insides of our daisies and green for the leaves and that kind of thing. And then here's where I pulled out the pink to do the face and the ears. A hot pink for a daisy, an orange for the other daisy. Then we're going to do black for the word hi and the centers of his eyes. Now that we've got that all done, we're going to distress the edges. This kind of just adds another dimension to our project by going around and just putting some ink on here just to accent it just a little bit. Now I also want to go around the outside of my backboard, and I kind of went over the whole thing to pick up those raised up edges. Now I like to use Stick Fast to put my stuff on with. It's a CA glue. I like to use the medium or the thick. I never use the thin. The medium and thick allows you time to get your stuff set and all that. But once you press down pretty hard, it usually stays. Okay, now I'm just going to get everything all lined up on here before we glue it. I want to make sure everything's going to fit where I want it. Make sure I have stuff going the right direction, all that kind of stuff. So I kind of just dry fit everything onto my board. I think it's so fun how this little daisy just hangs out of her little mouth down here. All right, we got everything dry fitted. Now if you notice, her little nose there, I kind of want that to be dark inside there, like it's her actual nostrils. So here we go, start gluing everything down. Once I get the glue on the back of everything, I just give it a little press and hold it for a second. That's usually good enough. Now when I get completely done with the project, I will put something like a book or something on top just to help hold everything down and make sure it gets good and sealed. Here's our little pink daisy right up here with the yellow center. It's kind of like she has a little hair bow in. And then here's this fun little flower down here. I absolutely love this. I think it's cute. Next thing we're going to do is her eyes. And we kind of want her to look crazy because we're going for the whimsical look on this little lamb. So we're just going to start getting that glued on. We're almost done here. A quick, fast, and easy project. I do sell wood cutouts on my website, www.funkyjunkinspiration.com, and this is available. Just look under sheep wood cutout. And I love how it just says hi. I think that just adds some sort of whimsical to this project. Just like, hi, what's going on? I love how this project came out. I think it looks so cute. I appreciate you being here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump into another project. We're going to stay with the sheep. I love these little printables. I got them off of Etsy. I'm going to just take this 5x5 board and we're going to make a quick, fast, easy, double-sided piece of decor that you could sit on your tier tray, on your table, or whatever. Again, I used the white. We're just getting it dry right here. I'm going to take that same stencil that we used on the background of the other, but this time I'm just going to use my antiquing ink, and I'm just going to kind of go over that just so you can see those daisies in the background. They're kind of brown, but they're faded too. Right here, I am going to fussy cut her out. I'm not trying to get all the way up to the edges of it, just close. And then we're going to take our distressing ink and go around the edges just to give it, and like I said, another dimension. Look like it's popping off the page. Went around the edge of my board, and then I am just going to glue that on with a glue stick. I like to use the 3M permanent glue stick. It's nice and fluid, works really well for all kinds of different projects. All right, now we're going to do the other side with the other fun and laughing sheep there. Again, I'm just doing the white paint. We're going to dry it, and then we're going to put the stencil on there with the antiquing ink, just like we did the other side. Once again, I'm fussy cutting this out. I think these sheep are just so funny because they're laughing. They have so much character to their face. I think they're adorable. Now this sign is going to end up being double-sided, which I like to make a lot of my things double-sided so that when you sit them on a table, you don't have to worry about what's behind them. All that kind of stuff. You can also flip them around. You want, you're looking at one thing on one side, you can flip it over every once in a while and check out the other side. Again, I just took my ink and went all the way around the edges, so that project's all finished too. A couple quick fun projects here. Again, thank you for joining me today over here on YouTube. Love it if you'd subscribe, comment, and like. And I want to thank my hosts once again. I appreciate you allowing me to be here. Bye-bye.